Hey guys, welcome to this episode. Today we're talking about autism and behavior and routines of repetitive behavior. All that plus more is coming up. Hey guys, welcome back to the Aspie world. What's going on? My name is Dan and I have autism, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos all about this stuff. So if you're new around here and you want to learn more about that, remember to hit that subscribe button by clicking the notification bell below this video. Awesome. So repetitive behavior and autism. This is really interesting because we all know that autistic individuals like repetitive behavior, but why? What is it? What is it what is ticking there? Why does it happen? And actually, it's a very complex process, which is pretty fascinating when you think about it. Now, before I get super diving into this part of the video, I just want to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is Magic Mind. Now, Magic Mind is this small little kind of green juice drink shot that you take every morning with your morning coffee or morning tea, and it's really, really awesome. This is a superfood nootropic supplement that really helps stimulate your brain and give you everything you need to wake up in the morning. I've been using Magic Mind now for 6 days, and it's just unbelievable. I don't know if I can survive without it now, especially when I'm doing work, because I just pour it over ice, give it a bit of a spin, and clunk down before I have my morning tea. Absolutely amazing. Highly recommend checking them out. Now, there is a discount for you if you use the code down below, which is the AspieWorld20. You can get a percentage off using my link and my code for Magic Mind. Now, I find it really interesting, and it's specifically because my ADHD allows me to not focus on my work that often. So I take different supplements throughout the day, but in the morning, it's really hard to get up to speed in the morning, and I find Magic Mind a real good fit for that gap. Okay, guys, definitely check out Magic Mind in the description down below. Let's get on with the video. So, autism and routine. So, why repetitive behaviors? Why do autistic people have repetitive behavior? Well, it's really simply down to a security or a potential lack thereof security. You know, if you like the same food, say you like eating pizza, right? And you want to eat pizza, when you know that you eat pizza and it's fine. And if you go out to a fancy restaurant and they don't have what you want, you sit there thinking, man, if I just had pizza, I'd be so much happier right now, rather than trying to find some like fish souffle off the menu, which you don't even know what it is. Even what is that? Like, I just made that up, but you know what I mean. And so autistic individuals will find repetitive behavior a form of security or self-security, because you know that thing. It's comfortable, it's relatable, you've had it before, it's easy, and you don't have to worry about it. And you got to think, the mind of an autistic person is going like here, there, everywhere, all the time. It's got these sounds and inputs and lights and everything coming at you at 1,000 miles an hour. The last thing you want to do is worry about what I need to eat for dinner that day. So it's simple. You pack the freezer full of the same thing you want all the time. Pizza. Easy peasy. Chuck a pizza in the oven. A few minutes, it's done. That is the security measure that autistic people have with certain things. Now, that can be actually applied to anything. It's not just food. It's where they sit, the clothes that they wear, the shows that they want to watch. Like, as an autistic person, I love watching the same things over and over again because those things bring me joy, and also they allow me ability to just be in that moment and not worry about all the other things. It's kind of like taking away a potential worry measure. Now, this is just one of a few things, right? Autistic people don't like trying new foods anyway. So, I guess the chicken nugget scenario is going to be always the winner here. But in terms of other things, there are dopamine chasing abilities that follow autism. Now, dopamine is this kind of awesome chemical that's released into the brain when you find pleasure in something. Now, this could be, playing sports or, eating awesome foods or something that just makes you feel really engaged in the thing you really love. Now, this is what happens with autistic individuals. They are dopamine deficient, meaning their brain is burning through many amounts of energy constantly. And I did a video all about the autism brain, which I'll link to at the end of this video, and I'll put in the description down below. But they're wanting to chase all this dopamine all the time. That's why the autistic individual could become obsessed or really, really, really into one thing, because that's basically, how their brain works. They're trying to find dopamine all the time. So if you're finding that eating a pizza every day gives you dopamine, or sitting on that part of the couch gives you dopamine, then what are you going to do? If you're a dopamine deficient person chasing dopamine constantly, you are going to do the things that bring you dopamine. So it's kind of like a why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? It's like if you drink your favorite cup of coffee or favorite cup of tea every day, you're going to, because it brings you dopamine. That's why we do all these things. That's why we do things repeatedly. But in terms of autistic individuals, they will do things again and again repeatedly because they want that dopamine hit constantly. Now, there is a downfall for chasing dopamine. Autistic individuals could get obsessed with things like alcohol or illegal drugs, even prescription drugs, and because they're giving dopamine hits. This also goes for pornographic imagery and stuff like that, which isn't the best. And you can see why this happens because they're giving short spurts of dopamine constantly. So this is why it happens. Another factor is the control of unpredictability. Now, autistic individuals do not like unpredictability. They like routine. They like knowing what they're going to do, because a surprise in unpredictability, if you're saying, I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to go down there, the store's going to be open, I'm going to pick up bread and walk home. You get to the store and it's closed. Panic stations, because you didn't predict for the store to be closed. You actually thought it was going to be open. So that unpredictability within your routine of what you thought was going to happen has just disrupted your whole day. And like a whole pack of dominoes, it just wipes out the rest of your day. This is kind of what happens when an autistic person experiences burnout from a sensory input. And this sensory input in this time could be emotional overload from going somewhere and having the routine cut short or changed or something different about it. So having a structure where you do the same thing over again, it's predictable. I know that I'm going to wake up and drink the same coffee I've always drunk. I know that I'm going to sit in that part of the couch. I know that I'm going to put those clothes on. That predictability allows ease. Again, it goes back to the first point where it's taking away from the struggle of choice and thinking, oh, I have to do this or I have to do that, or, what choice do I want? Well, the choice is already made up. You've already planned it. You've done it 1,000 times. This is why it's easy. So autistic people find this really soothing and very comforting. Now, there is another factor. Now, this is the control factor. Now, autistic individuals find they have somewhat of a lack of control within life. And it's not because other people are controlling their lives. It's because the world seems so chaotic to the autistic brain that it's hard to know when you're in control of something, when you're not, because everything feels out of control. The lights, the sound, the smells, the people, conversations, academia, everything is overwhelming, and it's out of control. You can't control those things. They're just happening simultaneously all the time, and it's just jamming your head full of input. But there is certain things you can control. Like when you're in your house, you can control the temperature of the thermostat. You can control what you're going to eat. You can control where you're going to sit. You can control what you want to watch on television. You can control what you're going to wear. All of these things opened up the sea of possibilities that autistic individuals can control certain things. Now, if you felt completely out of control all of your life, and then somebody said, well, you can control that part of your life, you'd want to constantly control that part of your life. Now, there are ways that we can implement other parts of control into our life so that we can experience more to life than just a repetitive routine in certain areas. But what I'm trying to highlight is this is the reasons why autistic people have repetitive behaviors and why it's not actually a bad thing. And this is similarly to how people get into obsessive topics of interest or special topics of interest. Now, autistic people are notorious for having a specific type of interest or a topic of interest. And this, again, is down to the fact that it's dopamine, efficient, it's soothing and self kind of like controlling. You know it's repetitive, it's comfortable to you, and this can be actually a lifeline if you're going through a difficult time. If you start focusing on the things that bring you joy and dopamine, then the difficult time kind of moves away and you start to feel more at ease or calmer in that situation. It's a good way to calm somebody down if they're having a meltdown. Now, I find all this stuff fascinating, but I want to know, are you a person of routine or are you a person not of routine? Drop me a comment down below and let me know which one you are. And remember to check out Magic Mike in the description down below and use my promo code for Magic Mind. Okay, guys, see you in the next one. Peace.